Hello, everybody, and welcome to We Are the Gatekeepers. This is a beautiful masterclass, and it's something that's been on my mind for a long time. I have been a spiritual healer and in the energy world for I want to say like 5 or 6 years now, and I've actively been doing this for about 3 years. Coming out of the witch room, the witch room, the closet, the broom closet, whatever you want to call it, was one of the scariest things I ever did. I came from a very reserved area. I live in Vermont. There are no Reiki practitioners. Actually, there's actually one. There's a couple more now. Reiki was not a thing that was around here. Energy work was not something that was talked about. When I was younger, I knew things. I knew things that I should not know. I had very strong psychic and intuitive abilities, and it was physically and emotionally beaten out of me because it was not acceptable to do those things, to know these things, to be intuitive, to have, talk to ghosts, talk to guides, talk to whatever, work with the energy, work with Gaia, all of these things. So for me, coming into this world, coming into this energy world and going to promote my services, I had to break through so much shame and so much guilt. And on top of that, not only just breaking through my own shame and guilt, I had to learn to break through and be okay with accepting and receiving the hate from so many people. And I'm going to go, all of these classes are channeled. This is a completely channeled class. So if you're new to my world, there's nothing. There is nothing on the list of things that I talk about. It's just going to be the things that come through. The biggest thing that I want to talk about is this energy of you get to charge for whatever it is that you want. As a healer, as a mentor, it doesn't even matter if you're not a healer, if you're not in a spiritual business, if you are just an entrepreneur and you have a service that you want to sell, this class is for you. And it's just, they showed me a couple of times, they're like, well, are we going to be going through step-by-step things, or are we not? And I'm going to, before I pause, because I'm channeling, sometimes my words get jumbled. Sometimes I talk really fast. Sometimes, most times, a lot of times I swear a lot because the information comes through very, very strongly. So if you've been to my world, you understand this. If you're new to this world and you do not like swearing, please leave the room now. You're not going to like the rest of this class. So, what they showed me was that this is something that needs to be called out. This is something that needs to stop. So it's actually really interesting that I posted the video yesterday in the reel saying, and I was posting the comments of what I have received. That is like the 1 millionth of the amount of comments or messages that I have received, the hate messages about charging for my worth. I have been called a gatekeeper. I can't even count the amount of times I have been called a gatekeeper. You're not spiritual if you charge for your classes. You're not spiritual if you have a healing ability and you are charging for these things. You're just a horrible person. You're a fraud. You are a con artist. I've been called fraud, con artist, psychopath, bipolar manic, all with from my own family members. So we don't have a healthy relationship. I have been called a crazy person. I have been asked what weed I'm smoking. I have been asked what drugs I'm on. I have been asked anything that you can think of. It has been thrown at me for charging for my services, for offering a healing class, for offering to teach Reiki. Actually, one of my favorite things is people shame me for the amount that we charge for our Reiki classes. I teach with the creator and owner of Reiki. Our classes are consistently sold out. So if people are over there complaining about how much we're charging for the classes, then these people are not for us. And that is the biggest thing that I want to shout out to all of you people, to everyone here, to all you beautiful souls, that if you go to release a product, or you have a service that you're offering, or you have whatever it is, from clothing to earrings to healing to Reiki to a website to whatever it is that you are providing a service or providing something in return for money. And if anybody judges you, it's not you. It is 1000% them. It is their, I got a thingy. Hold on a second. It's popping up with closed captioning nonsense. So examples that are coming through, there's so much energy in right here. We're going to take a couple seconds to ground so that I can think and process, because the energy in here is so strong. I can't even form a sentence. So we're just gonna, Brittany's like, fuck yeah. Can all you Reiki people feel it too? Holy moly. And we just came from a Reiki healing, so our energy was already like moving and grooving. So we're just going to take a pause. I'm going to call on the Deep Blue Dragon right now to call and clear outer space, clear out this space. I'm going to temporarily install everybody's dragon tail just to ground into Gaia and to ground us deeply, so that nobody's energies get intermingled in an unhealthy way. And you may feel tingling. You may feel this wave of ease move over you. With this many people, a lot of energies can just get really, really wild. So I'm just taking a moment. I'm gonna take a moment and do the things. Okay, I feel a little better now. I feel a little bit, bit more grounded. It got real wild for a second, and this class was not going to be productive if things were going to continue like that. We are on fire, yes. So like I did just come from a Reiki healing. It was a beautiful Reiki share. And I just got the notes from the person who did my Reiki. And she was like listing out all of these things. And I'm like, you have no idea how in line that is. And it was relating to this class and a couple other classes are coming up. So it was really fun and beautiful. Okay, so before I really go on and dive in depth, dive into all the things, what have any of you ever been shamed or guilted for charging or overcharging or undercharging or anything relating to your services? You can either show your hand, drop it in the comments, any of the things. Yes, no, maybe so. And that's okay if you have not. But yeah, so I'm seeing some heads, I'm seeing things, some thingies. Yes, 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 yes. And how did that make you feel? Did it make you feel awesome or did you make you feel like shit? I personally felt uncomfortable. Ooh, there we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. With how much I can charge. Ooh, there's a lot of beautiful juiciness in that thing. So Trishna, mispronounced that. I personally have felt uncomfortable with how much I should charge. So that is, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a worthiness wound. And we've all been through phases like that. The amount that I charge now, if I told you how much money that I received this morning, actually over the past 24 hours, I received more money in the past 24 hours than my husband makes in 4 months. My nervous system was never able to receive that amount of money. I know, like Brittany's watched my journey and she's seen how long it is. So I had to get to the point where I was able to receive that amount of money without freaking out. That is a worthiness wound that I had to break through. That is a nervous system regulation that I had to learn how to hold myself during those incredible things. Oh, I just saw a beautiful comment. I have to read the other things above it. Guilted by myself. Yes, we all feel the things. And that is just a lot of society. Society guilts us. And then we feed into that guilt for ourselves. And I'm bad. I'm not good. I'm not, if I have to charge, then I'm not good enough or whatever it is. It transfers to my own doubts. Yep. And that's it. Like especially if we put out an offer and people don't buy into it, we're like, I'm bad, I'm wrong, nobody likes me. We go down that rabbit hole of self-doubt and it is so painful and it's crazy. Yes, I don't know how much to charge, especially to friends and family. I'm gonna tell you right now, I charge my friends and family the same amount of price that I charge Joe off the street. There is no difference. Just because you're my friends and family does not mean that you get a discount for my services. And that took a lot of work to get through and to move through to be able to accept that. Just as, we could go on and on and on. Like if you own a store, I'm not going to walk in and be like, oh, I'm your friend, you need to give that to me as a discount. No, I would expect you to charge me the same price you charge whoever it is to buy the same t-shirt. I don't expect a discount because I'm your friend. I don't expect to, or I don't want you to expect for me to give you a discount. I charge $10,000 plus for consults. That is fucking amazing. Holy moly. I love that for you. Yes, go girl. Being shamed for sex work is very violent and people questioning the utility of services. That is like so beautiful. So I know a couple of sex workers, they're very, not sex workers, they're very sexual healing. So that is something, not that's what I do, but like the energy of sex is something that's been coming up deeply in my world and the shame around it is ungodly. The women or men or anyone who help people heal through sexual experiences are some of the most powerful fucking energy workers because you are literally combining and transmuting energy in those moments. Totally. This is awesome celebrating you. Not shame, but feel like that's wishful thinking and get a reality check. See that again, that's a worthiness wound and it's okay. Like we've all been there. When I first started off, I charged $37 for a Reiki session. And when somebody paid me $37, I had a panic attack because I'm like, they don't like me. It's going to be awful. Now my Reiki sessions are $222 an hour. And that's a completely different experience. 22. And Yes, I'm working on that. You are leasing for way for a lot of us. Yes, keep finding the artist. Yes, I agree. Charging for friends and family should pay what you charge. Business is business, Carrie. Exactly. I always pay more to support my friends and family. Yep. My family shame me. It's never going to work. Do the money for this. That my grandma. What healing? You can do nothing and yeah. And yelled at me. Again, my entire family, I don't speak to my family, my parents or my brothers about this because they have gone in my face and told me that I'm a con artist, that I am shameful, that I am like all of the things, that I should be in a psych ward, all of the beautiful things. Then my mother, who do you think you are? Yes. I mean, I was raised by narcissists. Ooh, Cynthia, you posted at 111. I just have to post that. Not shame, but like made me feel like that's wishful thinking. Get a reality check. Yep. I had such low deservability. I would do it for free because I enjoyed it doing so much. You have grown and know your worth. Exactly. So, and that's exactly it. I know my worth. This is not something that happened overnight. This Carrie that you see now is not who I've always been. Last year, a year ago, 5 years ago, I was so shy and so not even damaged, so hurt that I couldn't even teach. If you told me I'd be teaching classes, that I have a class that 100 people would register for, I would have been absolutely not. That is not who I was. But I've had to work through all of these barriers, work through all of this stuff, work through all of the shame. And the reason we're all here, and they just show me what it is right now. The reason we're all here is even though I'm talking, you guys signed up for this, you're already activated into this new level of like, I don't want to, they're saying like no nonsense bullshit, but it's like no nonsense armor that you, by being here in this container, you are activating the part of yourself that says, no matter what, I'm going to show up. No matter what, I'm going to do the thing that I am meant to do, regardless of what it is, whether it's selling shoes or creating a brand new business or creating a healing empire, whatever it is, you are going to do the thing. And this just activation, just being here is going to help you do it. Because there's like, the moral of the story is there are not enough healers in this world. There are, I don't even know how many people there are in the world, like bajillions. We're just going to go with bajillions of people in the world. And there are a fraction of the amount of them. Cheryl's like my beautiful nonsensical words. There are a fraction, a very, very, very small percentage of the world is healers. How are we supposed to heal if other healers are shaming healers? How are we supposed to heal if people who are in dire need of healing are shut down because or told that they're not allowed to heal, or they can't work with healers, or it's just nasty, nasty loop. And I can get into the whole like, we're not going to go down that road. We are not. We had to shut that down quick because that was going to be a whole bunch of government shit. And we're not doing that. That is not the topic for this class. But there's so much fear. The biggest thing about all of these negative comments and all of the trolls is this fear mindset. They are scared to feel and be their highest self, to take ownership for their truth. So instead of being like, okay, that's not for me, they have to project their fear onto us. They have to say that's not real because they can't see that it's available to them. We are mirrors. We are activators. If you are in my world, if you're in this call, you have activated or you are an activator for people in your life. Therefore, people get pissed off at you because you show them the truth and they don't like it. And maybe you don't understand the full aspect of how that works, but there has been some point in your life where people, I see I'm looking, see all the things. There are people where you have pissed the fuck off because you have shown them just by standing in your power, whatever it is, how powerful they can be, but they refuse to take ownership for their life. So they project it on you. You're bad. You're a horrible person. How dare you charge for that? How dare you charge money? Like one of the comments I got one day, it was I had dropped my monthly offer, and it was I hadn't offered my monthly services at a very low point before. And it was like, I don't know, 75% off. And somebody's like, how dare you charge that? That's disgusting. And I'm like, if you think that's disgusting, you should see how much I actually charge. And she was like, that is unacceptable. Like, who do you think you are? And then she went into this entire rant about how everything needs to be free and how we need to go back to the time of trading everything. And that, you don't have to, nothing should be charged for, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, do you own a phone? She's like, yeah. I'm like, did you get it for free? Well, no. Well, if the phone's not for free, but somebody else was offering it to you, like, do you expect everything for free? And it's just this is how these minds work. They don't understand and comprehend. And now all my words are getting jumbled because 25 messages are dropping in. Can we have one message, please? They're just like silent. So like, we're gonna sit here and be silent. So we're gonna stop with that conversation because that's where that went. I love my guides so very much, but sometimes they get so loud and they have so many messages. I'm like, guys, I am one human vessel. I cannot speak all of the things at one time, especially when it's not even like comprehensible to me. There's been a lot of light language messages coming through lately. I'm gonna read some more comments in here. Thank you about the narcissist. I'm 100% fine with it. My parents are still alive, but I've mourned their death. So what did she have to offer you to trade? Nothing, exactly. There was no trade value. There's just so much fear. And that is what I have seen so many times with so many people. And I get messages now, and I posted something the other day and somebody else commented on it. And it was even on this whole gatekeeping topic. And I laughed. I reached this point of laughter because I see how much fear they have. And the thing about charging your worth, the thing about charging for any of your service, again, it does not matter if you are a crafter or if you are doing healing. If you are charging, you're charging. When you charge, there's an energetic exchange. And that energetic exchange protects you, your energy, and their energy. When you are doing, especially with anything related to healing, you are intermingling your energy and their energy. So when you have that monetary, the blanket, that's not the word I want, monetary like wall, so to speak, it says, hey, I'm giving Cheryl money. So I am protecting myself. I am committing to whatever it is that Cheryl's offering me. And I know that Cheryl is going to give me whatever it is that service is providing. But we're not going to mix all this other shit. Free classes. And again, this is a free class. I opened up my energy for this. This is something completely different. But again, my energy is still being utilized for this. My energy is still being gifted to all of you. You are all in my energy right now. No, there wasn't a monetary exchange, but there was still an exchange. There was an energetic exchange. You showed up. You chose to be here. You chose to sign up for whatever reason. So there's always an exchange happening. When you have that monetary exchange, it creates this boundary. I don't know why they keep on saying blanket. Maybe because it's like you wrap yourself in a blanket, this like protective energy about where your energy lies. And then the higher price point you have, the more committed and the more energy is being transferred. I have somebody and she signed up for one-on-one with me and it was a really high price point and she paid in full. And she goes, the moment I hit that pay button, everything shifted. And that is the power of energy work. Once you commit and decide you are going to do something, you don't even have to show up to do the work. You've already shifted because you decided in that moment you were going to do whatever it was to shift. So when you are having other people pay you, they are deciding. And it's also like this, they're showing me like they're like little dragons, but they have little bouncer jackets on, like little bouncers, because that money is that decide. Let's say you're like when you're going into a club and you have to like go through the bouncer, like the bouncers are like checking you off the list, like cool, she paid, cool, he paid, like we're good, we're on the same energy level, we can do the things. But if you have somebody who's like, I can't, like, I want it for free, blah, 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 I can't pay, blah, 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 whatever it is, they are not ready to receive the medicine. Straight up. And yes, there are financial constraints around situations. Like, so we don't have thousands of dollars to drop on stuff at a hat. Some people don't. But if it's something a lower price thing and you can, I don't want to say you can't come up with the money because that's a really horrible thing to say because there are lots of financial issues in this world. But if it isn't a priority for you, you aren't going to make it a priority for you. And therefore, you aren't going to receive the medicine that is meant for you by showing up and doing the work. But if you make it a priority, and when I say like you, I'm saying like anybody who is working with you, so to speak, they are deciding that it's meant for you, meant for them, and they're going to do whatever it takes for it to happen for them. Does that make sense? So the way that I like to describe it is like you're going to get a car. You don't just think, I want a car and it's going to show up in your driveway. Like that, it doesn't work like that. You have to take the actionable steps. You have to like actually go purchase. And like if you get handed a car, awesome, cool for you. That's awesome. You probably had some sort of work to do with it anyway. But there's a giant energetic exchange. You're going to appreciate the car so much more if you go out and get it by yourself. Or if you go, not even a car, just anything. How much How much? How more? When there's a nasty windstorm happening. So if for some reason we lose internet and power, I'm very, very sorry. When you are doing something, when you do the work and you are rewarded, that's not the words that are coming through. They're like reward, cake. That makes no sense to me. They're literally showing me money in a cake. And that like, it's like a 3-tier wedding cake. And I'm very confused as to, I mean, you have to buy a wedding cake, I guess. You could make it, but you still have to buy the ingredients. Regardless of the situation, you are handing over money. The words are not happening right now. The cake thing threw me, and I'm just really confused as to why cake came through. Anybody make cakes? Because maybe that's why. Have your cake and eat it too. There you go. Maybe that's why. I mean, my friend makes cakes, but he's not here. Okay, so is this, when I'm channeling like this, it gets very jumbled. So it's very confusing. I'm very sorry for all of you who are very confused. Is everybody kind of following along and understanding the energy of what I'm talking about? Okay, cool. Yes, it's a lot. It's a lot of things at once. Yes, okay, cool. I could sum up this entire fucking call would be like, charge your fucking worth because you need the world needs more healers. We are celebrating, so where is the cake, right? I mean, maybe I'm hungry. I haven't eaten yet. Maybe I just really want some cake. Who knows where the cake came from? But it was like a gorgeous, like 3-tiered wedding cake. And it was like white with like really faint pink. Anyway, I don't know why it came through, but it did. Charge your worth. The world needs you. Exactly. The world needs you in your healing. And the one thing that I tell everybody is by you not showing up and doing the things, you are hurting the people who need you most. By you not showing up and doing the things, you are hurting the people who are out there on their knees begging for you, begging for support, begging for healing, begging for a release and somebody to see them, to feel them, to help them. I'm going to use Paige as an example, and she doesn't even know this. I was in tears with my OBM a couple month ago, about my website. I'm like, I can't fucking do this. I was losing my fucking mind. My website needed to be updated. I couldn't do it. Every time I got on there, I was just losing my mind. Lo and behold, Paige goes, oh, hey, in a random group, I'm a spiritual entrepreneur and I fix websites. And I'm like, excuse me? Hi, excuse me? But if she hadn't shown up and posted that in a beautiful healing group that we were in, I would not have known that. I would not have gone and been like, hi, I've been praying for you to come into my life and fix it. I was teaching her Reiki for months and I just didn't know that this existed. But because I don't know if I just never saw you post about it. So things like that. And the same thing with like meeting my healing to my mentor. If she had not shown up, I would not be here. None of you would be here because she showed up and she walked the path. So like Paige is a perfect example because it's not even technically healing related. She does websites, but I'm sitting here on my knees crying because I was like pulling my hair out in tears with my OBM because I couldn't do the thing and I needed support. So there's every single one of you has a gift or a skill or something that people are begging for. They are in dire need of, whether it's customized shoes or a beautiful keychain service or whatever it is. There is somebody out there who is desperately waiting for you to step up and show up so that they can receive the help. Or maybe they just want you to step up so that they know that they can step up. I've had so many people come into my world. They've never worked with me. And they're like, just by you showing up for other people, I've understood and learned how to show up for other people and show up for myself. And it is so fucking powerful. I'm going to read these. That's beautiful. The world needs your gift and waiting for you. So get going. Yes, Paige, I'm definitely going to remember you for that feature. There you go. See? But do you hear what I'm saying? All of this, like you are always going to have trolls. The bigger you get, the more trolls you will receive. Again, my video went viral back in October. I did not have that many followers. That video is now at 280,000 views. I had another video go viral a couple weeks ago, and that's at like 30,000. The amount of fucking hate that I get is ridiculous. It's like laughable. because people are so scared. But the amount of people that I have received in my world because of this who have sent me messages like, I thought I was crazy. I didn't know there were other people out there who did this work. I didn't know that people worked with dragons. I didn't know that there was like other mentors out there who supported mentors. I didn't know there were energy workers who worked together. Like there are so many people, so much love because I showed up and I have been vulnerable and I speak my truth no matter what. I don't have a filter anymore. Old Carrie did. Hair is purple. Like there is no fucks given. I post naked boudoir photos all the time because again, zero fucks given. You're allowed to be whoever the fuck you want. It does not matter that I have children. It does not matter that I am doing whatever. I'm going to show up as my fullest expression of myself because I know that other people want the confidence and the not even permission to do it, but by me doing it, I'm giving them permission. I'm saying that it does exactly. So it does like do the things that you know that you are meant to be doing. If there is a program that you want to release, if there's a class that you want to take, if there is a whatever it is, and you're like, well, this person will say this, or maybe I shouldn't do it, or my parents said I wasn't a good idea, or, society says I'm not going to make money like that. I fucking talk about dragons and I make more money than my husband. I love my dragons. No shame to my dragons. But if I can do that, if I can show up and heal others and show others how to heal others and create this beautiful fucking energy and community and do all of these things and make money, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. Apparently, the shoes came back, but this time it was feet pics. And that is not something I am into or interested in. But if that came through for somebody, you know what? You do you, boo. You got to make your money somehow. So people, again, people pay people for feet pictures. Like you can like make a shit ton of money doing it. You can do the things that you are meant to be fucking doing without shame, without guilt, without, all the things. Because Sally Mae down the street is never going to fucking understand why you post boudoir pictures, and she's going to shame you and say that your children are going to be stolen from you and that that's inappropriate for people to be showing boobs on the internet. Guess what, Sally Mae? Your generation is the reason that it's not acceptable for me to do that. And I'm going to do that because I love my body and I've had 4 pregnancies and 3 children and I work my fucking ass off or on to feel confident in my body and love every single aspect of myself. I own that I was a shitty human being in my teens. Awesome, cool. I'm a human being. I fucked up. We still fuck up. I owned that. I don't ignore that part of myself. I love that part of myself because she was hurt. She was so hurt. In the same parts when I was a young adult. Again, I'm still young. But those parts of myself where I was not a perfect human being, where I cheated or I lied or I stole, I'm not going to say I didn't do those things because I did. And by owning that part, I'm loving myself. And now I'm able to teach others how to love themselves. It's a giant whole full circle moment. So yeah, I'm gonna take a breath. Any comments? There's a couple comments. People pay people for some most random shit. You have like no idea. So many things. Yes, it's our time and time for us to embrace and celebrate who we are. Self-love. Yes. We heal ourselves by healing others. Exactly. And like that's the beautiful part of spiritual, especially spiritual work and this stuff. I get paid to heal myself because these classes that we teach, and especially anything that you teach or do or whatever, when you decide you are going to do it, you are receiving the medicine at a higher vibration than you are already attuned to. So I teach a lot of classes on worthiness. That's one of the biggest things that I teach. Yes, I have healed a lot of my worthiness, but when I teach a class on worthiness, I am being activated to another healing level. I'm deepening into that medicine. Teaching this class right here, holy shit, did I get activated? I got activated a lot this week on the nasty, because I knew it. I said, the dragons told me, they're like, as soon as you post this class, you're going to get a whole bunch of more trolls. I'm like, no, they're like, Carrie, would you like to hold my beer or will you put it on the table? Because it's going to happen. And the moment I released it, the negative comments started flowing through. But I knew it was going to happen because I've been doing this work for so long. But I've healed another layer of this. I've healed this visibility wound. I've healed the persecution wound. Like I'm healing the witch wound. I'm healing all of these different parts of myself that have been so hidden and so damaged because I chose to show up no matter what. I chose to do the things because I know that everybody who signed up for this needed to receive some part of this medicine. I know that the classes that I'm putting out and I'm going to heal from them, but the people who are taking them are going to heal even more from them. But I know that if I didn't do it, more people would be hurting. So like I can hide and I could say, hey, I'm not going to put this class out because somebody's going to pick on me or somebody's going to laugh at me or somebody's going to judge me. But what about the 30 people who have been begging for this kind of healing? So by doing the things, by showing up, whatever it is, you are helping people. And it is like there's a lot of things that we have to break through. Maybe you live in a country where it's not so easy to just start a business or start healing or start, practicing on others or whatever it is. Maybe there's a lot of things that you have to work through. But at the same time, you doing it is going to, how many people are in their homes begging for healing, begging for somebody to see them and hold them and channel information or help them heal in a beautiful new way that they have never been able to do. There is a reason you have that calling on your heart. There is a reason you have been activated at this level and called up to this level in these classes and whatever it is. I'm vibrating again, so we're gonna have to ground again. But I'm gonna leave it at that for a second. Any comments you want to pop in the chat? I get this is like the third or fourth time today. I get like I don't even know how to it's like shivering, like when you like the cold chills, like chattering. Like that's how powerful the energy is today. It's insane. It's so beautiful. Plus we have like this leap year energy. Leap day. It is a leap year. Affirmation today, my work is a high service and worthy of massive compensation. Fuck yes. All the things. You are allowed to get charged. You're allowed to get paid and compensated for whatever it is that you want. Whatever it is that you want. So many beautiful things. What's the time check right now? What time did we start this? 1 o'clock? 1 o'clock, yeah. Do. And that's exactly it. It's that like we get to receive money. And by us receiving money, we can help others. When I get paid, I can pay my cleaning lady, who this is how she feeds her family. When I get paid, I can pay the dog groomer, and that's how she feeds her family. When I get paid, I can pay other healers. I just paid another healer because I'm like, oh my God, I need healing from you. Like I am helping her. When we receive money, we are able to spread that money to other beautiful, incredible souls. And it is so powerful to have a community and a beautiful, I don't want to say sisterhood because it's not just women. This healing circle has grown in the most incredible way. And share the bounty. Money is currency, needs exactly. Money needs to flow. There is so much fear. They're like fear mongering, fear mindset around money and how and again, this is something I have spent years working on, years and years and years working on. There's actually a course I'm gonna talk about at the end of this that is going to talk more in depth about the money thing. But money is a circle. Money is like a breath. You breathe it in, you hold it, you breathe it out. You cannot just breathe in your entire life. You cannot hold it your entire life, and you cannot just exhale your entire life. It is a cycle. It wants to be used. It wants to be played with. It wants to be expanded and spent in the most beautiful, delicious ways. And when you start looking at money as not the enemy, as not a bad thing, when you start looking at it as its own energy, as a lover or a friend or a puppy dog or whatever it is, money will react to you in a beautiful, beautiful way because it's an energy, just like anything is an energy. So if you are constantly saying, I hate money, money never comes to me, money is yucky, money is dirty, when people pay me, I feel guilty, like all of these things, money's going to be like, then I'm not going to fucking come to you. You don't respect me. You don't work it. You don't, you don't why would I come to you if you're just going to push me away? Because if money was a person, how would they feel if you're like, oh, you can come to me when I want you, but I actually hate you and I talk shit about you. Would you want to go hang out with somebody that was like that? No, none of us would. But when you start talking shitty to money in all those ways, it's gonna not show up. I wish that was an option for me, Maria, but that is not an option because I live in the middle of nowhere and cash is not an option when all my clients are all over the world. Be the person money wants to be with. Exactly. And that is exactly it. It is a beautiful energy. And when you're open to receiving and you're open to receive, and this is the cool thing too, is, and like money loves to play. And so the classes like these, when I have classes for students where there's a money, like for the dragon classes and all those things, and people are like, I don't have the money yet. I said, go ask the dragons to go find money for you and see what happens. Or go ask money to be like, money, if I am meant to take this class, then show up for me. Money loves that shit. It loves that beautiful energy because it knows it's going to be used to expand. It knows it's going to be used in the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way. Oh yes. Oh yeah. I run a farmers market too. So Cash is like my best friend when it comes to farmers markets and all my beautiful vendors. Cause I'm like, here, you don't get charged services. All my beautiful vendors. So yes, money is amazing and we love the money and we love that we have to change our mindset around it. Any questions or comments that are coming through? I love how the only note I literally wrote was gatekeepers. That was the only thing that I wrote down for this entire class, which is the name of the class. Anything else that wants to come through? Oh my God, we've been clearing so much during this. There has been some nasty energy moving. There is something about being respectful of the energy of money. We are meant to use it for self-care, expand, circulate, and pay attention, not to leak it. That is what has been coming to me. That is so, so, so true. And one of the biggest things that I learned years ago when I started my money healing journey was that money demands respect. So if you are just like, you don't know where your expenses are, you don't know where your money's going, you aren't like respecting it or saving it or doing all those things. Why would it come to you if you can't even respect what you have? So I became really, I don't want to say like I created a budget, but I was very hyper aware, hyper vigilant about where my money was going for a couple of years. And I had to like hone it down and be like, why do I have all these expenses? Or do I actually need that thing? Do I actually want to spend money on another shirt? Or do I actually want to buy a coffee? Yes, always, always coffee. But there are always those check-ins that I make with I have a love relationship with my barista and my coffee shop. It is a problem. It is fine. It is not an addiction. It's a beautiful solution. That is a priority for me. Anyway, but there's things like, are you respecting where your money is going? Do you actually need that thing, or are you just throwing money away? In the most respectful way. Are you just buying something that's $300 because it's available to you when you could actually be saving money on the same exact thing a mile down the street? I'm not saying you have to like be extreme couponing nonsense. That's not what I'm saying in any way, shape, or form. But are you being respectful of how you're spending your money? Are you just signing up for things and not paying attention to where it's going? Are you paying your bills? Money is not going to come in if you aren't respecting your bills that need to go out. If you ignore your bills, not good. So knowing and like having that beautiful financial accountability is huge if you're trying to receive money. Oh, this has turned into very deep money. When you give money, it's important to give with excitement and joy for what you want. Have exactly. So a couple of years ago, somebody I worked with said that she was so excited every time she paid a bill. And I'm like, what? Why are you excited when you pay bills? I am now that person that gets excited when I pay a bill, because I know that it's coming back to me, because I have this whole beautiful trust and relationship with money now that when I spend money, it's coming back. It's not going away forever. I'm like, okay, cool. And it's going to cycle back to me. And I've taught my children how to receive money that way. One of my mentors, Erin, she actually said, every time you spend money, you get it 3 times back. So if you spend $10, you get $30 back. If you spend $300, you get $900 back. And I'm not going to do any more of that than that, because math is not my strong suit and I'm a mess up some numbers. But when you expect money to come back in that beautiful way and just understand and know, it does. It does. I spent a lot of money on my cleaners this past week, and it was a lot more than I was expecting. And I said, after a moment, I paid her. It was beautiful. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get a lot of money back. 24 hours later, I made more money than my husband did in quite a few months. So the money comes back when you respect it and you trust it. And that's the other thing too, is trust. So when you're charging for your services, And you trust that people, aligned, beautiful souls are going to sign up for this because they're paying a beautiful financial thing. And even if you put a course out or an offer out and only one person signs up, or a couple people signed up and you wanted a lot, just know that those people are the exact right match for your medicine and your energy in those moments. And then the next time you do it, it's going to be even bigger and even brighter and even more beautiful. I'm getting my shivery, shaky, cold energy movement again. Yes, that was a game changer to me. Even in the hardest days, I refuse to think or give it with lack or fear. Exactly. And that's a really hard mindset to break. Money mindset is one of the hardest things to move through, because if you can't, like, I came from nothing. Like, we had nothing. We were on food stamps. We lived in a trailer. We had nothing. I've had no financial support. I've had no, like, we didn't go on lavish vacations. We had like beater cars. Sometimes we didn't even have a car. So when I say I was moving through some shitty money mindset stuff, I was. And learning to rewire my mindset around money, and that, my parents said it was evil and bad, and that only rich, like all of these horrible, anything you can think of, all the nasty things, that was always constantly on repeat in my head. So I had to break through those. And again, it is not easy, but it is so beautiful when you get to the other side. Me too, just got to chill at the same time. Yeah, I have like these, it's like moving down my spine, like this chilly, sparkly, powerful energy that we're shifting and moving. Is there anything that you're like, there's somebody or something is like, has a question or is afraid to ask something or has a comment that they want to put through? They keep on like, that's why I keep asking that, because there's something that wants to come through. I'm just going to let it sit for a minute and see. Maybe it's not anybody during this live because my ears are ringing and all the things. Where to start? Well, you can ask a question and then I will answer to the best of my ability. Right. There are so many things. Like, this is a very, very huge topic. Do you have practical exercises for receiving money or doing this entire work? Because yes, I do. And it's not just something that I think I can explain in an hour long session. And then there's energy pulls that you can do. There's a lot of journaling around money mindset. There's a lot of, and I will talk about it. I have a class that is releasing in middle of March that is very, very powerful. Yes, I started from zero to know how to work with money, that money has a spirit, I mean the higher self, and to know that money is apart from you. Exactly. And how do you know if you are ready? You're here. You are ready. If you have the question asking if you're ready, you're already ready because it's already in your consciousness. Yes, my memberships are really, really powerful. So I have two memberships. I have an Unlock Yourself membership, which is a monthly membership, and I go live in there every single morning with Facebook, and we do card pulls or intuitive guidance, and then you have access to all my master classes while you're in there. And then you have questions on the Dragons communication and offering. You may pop that in here as well. I will say this. So I do have a 6-week course coming up. It is in March. It's called Sacred Money. And it is a beautiful, high frequency course. And it is going to be 6 weeks. There's going to be 6 Zoom calls or 5 Zoom calls over 6 weeks. And there's going to be content every single day. So each week is a specific subject. One of them is money mindset. We're going to be doing deep into the deep dives of all the things. So the masculine or the father wound, the mother wound, the child inner teenager wound, the societal wounding around money. And that's going to be really, really they keep on showing me like cracked wide open to break down all those barriers around money. The second week is worthiness. So the witch wound, the visibility wound, the persecution wound, showing up as who the fuck you are, no matter what. We're going to do really deep and dive stuff with that. The third week is visibility. Third week, visibility. There's money, worthiness, visibility, orgasms, dragons, and there's one more. Let me see where it goes through. And each week it's all around money. It's all about receiving money. It's all around this very worthiness. Oh, business. So the shiny object syndrome, this isn't working, so I'm going to go do this, or so-and-so is doing that, so I have to do this. So there's 6 weeks, and every week is a very powerful activation. There is going to be an hour-long Zoom call where we're going to dive in deep and coaching on those specific topics. You're going to get Reiki healings in there. There's going to be a community aspect to it. So it is really, really powerful. So that's Sacred Money. It starts March 18th. So freaking delicious. Like, the things they have showed me for this is everything that I have learned about running a sacred business and creating wealth from it we're going to be teaching in that class. And then there's also going to be at the end of March. So I taught Gold Dragon Calling in Money back in November. They told me we're doing it again, but in a different way. So it's going to be a money activation. It's going to be 1 hour masterclass activation. And that's going to be at the end of March. And if you sign up for Sacred Money, you get the Gold Money activation class for free, as well as the last Gold Dragon masterclass. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to these comments, but I had to get those out before I talked about it. And I'm a dragon, so I'm a dragon channel, sweetie. I am a dragon channel. I am a fire dragon. I have a black dragon. I have a black dragon tattooed on my hip. And your membership, I work with dragons. I teach 5-element dragon fire Reiki, all the dragons. This is the course I need. Oh, I'm so excited about it. I kind of feel we are meant to heal and release both of our poverty vow. Many people are influenced by this as well. This is an irresponsible behavior of not using money in a virtuous way. It's a twofold healing we get to do. Exactly. Exactly. When my income paycheck is being withheld from me for multiple weeks outside of my control, what is the energy of that? There is a block around receiving or holding a higher frequency of money. So I would be really curious, like asking your guides, be like, show me, like sit in a meditation, ask your dragons, be like, show me what it is that is blocking me from receiving this, but also understanding and trusting that this is happening for you, not to you. And for some reason, you are not supposed to have that exact money like in your hand right now. Maybe there is like, we can never understand why things happen the way they happen, but just be open and understanding that trust, asking questions, very open. I'm burping again, so we're moving a lot more energy. Woo! A lot of solar plexus shit. Your membership is a beautiful community. Oh, I love you. I love that. I would be lost without amazing support from that. Yes, that membership has saved me so many times. Carrie, I had a galactic releasing and she said I was a dragon in my earliest life and I was killed to take my power, but it didn't work. She invited me to go into a quiet space and grow the wings. Activations, but what? Any guidance, please? So yes, I mean, back in my Akashic records, I had been murdered and killed multiple times in many different past lifetimes for holding power, for being a powerful healer, for having money. My husband has killed me in a past lifetime. Super fun. That was a fun realization to find. So yes, your dragons are just ready to activate you and work with you. I do have a really powerful class called How to Meet Your Dragon, where we go in depth in a dragon activation and a very powerful healing meditation with them. You were born at the hour of the dragon. That's really cool. Started with 3D dragons and worked through each dimensional one till reached source dragon. Took your activations and clearings, etc. She's the real deal for. Oh, thank you, love. Thank you. And you know, I don't own dragon medicine. The dragons came to me. They're like, we're doing the thing. And then my mentor came to me and she's like, oh, you're doing the thing with me. And I'm like, okay. And here I am. And I didn't, and like, most of you would not be here if I didn't listen to my dragons back when they said, go make a video and talk about dragons. I said, absolutely not. People are going to think I'm crazy. And I did. And that's the video that has 280,000 views. So I trust my dragons. I trust the messages they bring me. I work with them every single day. There is not a day that goes by that I am not with them or not working with them. They have helped me and healed me, and they have brought me abundance, and they have brought me love. They have helped me trust. I have never felt unconditional love until I started working with dragons. The kind, How to Meet Your Dragon class is still the first fave class. I know that one was, that kind of flipped my life upside down. So grateful for it. Oh, that's how a lot of you came into my world, was that class. I think there's been, last time I checked, there was like 400 people who have taken it, which is freaking insane. That is like mind blowing to me, that I'm like, what? Craziness. So yes. Any questions or comments in the last couple minutes? I don't want to go over. I know I'm going to respect everybody's time. Relations in abundance. Oh yes, and the eights, the beautiful eights. Bye for now. The journey continues. Beautiful. Thank you for being here. Yes. Any questions before we wrap this up? I just want to thank you all for being here. If you are interested in Sacred Money, it's $555, or you can do 2 payments of $333. You will get access to the new activation happening at the end of the month and the activation that happened last year. So you'll get grateful for those as well. And you'll have the 6 weeks of divine, beautiful support. I'm going to drop those in the comments here. And then again, if you feel called, do it. If not, do not. If you have any questions, please reach out. This has been absolutely incredible. I am so incredibly grateful for all of you for showing up, for being here, for being in this beautiful safe space, for being vulnerable, all of the beautiful, incredible things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, and I don't know so many things about them. Oh, yes, dragons are. I'm a dragon soul months ago. I felt connected to you through your videos because I saw that you have a strong connection with them and know a lot about. That's why I asked. Yes, thank you. It's been incredible. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. Oh, beautiful. Yes, I can send you information about the membership. Let me grab that link right now. Website is being redone, but we're not going to talk about the website right now. But oops, if I don't post it now, I'm going to forget about it. And then the doors are open for this membership for in March. So tomorrow, normally I don't open up for the membership. So yes. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for being here. This was incredible. I love you all. Have an incredible day. Happy Leap Day. Happy last day of February and happy March. Bye.
Bye.